Okay, so what if I told you there's a simple tool that can make your writing, instantly more powerful? Today, we are unlocking the secret to making your sentences flow, connecting all your ideas like an absolute pro. Let's get into it.
You ever write something and it doesn't quite hang together? Maybe your sentences are really short and choppy, like little isolated islands of thought. Or maybe you go the other way and write these huge, long sentences that just run on forever, and you kind of lose your reader somewhere in the middle. It's a super common problem, so don't even worry about it.
Because there is a fix. There's a secret weapon in your grammar toolkit that, once you really get the hang of it, will completely change how you write. And the best part is, it's something you already use every single day, probably without even thinking about it.
So what is this hero of our sentences, this missing link that ties our language together? Well, let's find out.
It's the humble conjunction, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a word that links other words or groups of words together. Think of it like a bridge that connects one idea to the next. It sounds so simple, right? But its power is absolutely immense.
Oh, I love this analogy. Conjunctions really are the superglue of language. They take all these separate pieces, words, phrases, even whole thoughts, and they bond them together to create something way stronger and more meaningful. Honestly, without them, everything would just fall apart.
Okay, so knowing what a conjunction is, well, that's not the same as knowing what it does. So let's put this superglue to work. We're going to break down a sentence and see exactly how these little words can create a really rich, detailed picture.
All right, take a look at this sentence. It goes, later, a cat crept up the tree as the little green bird eagerly pecked the juicy apple and ate it noisily. The cat paused before he got to the bird. He watched the bird quietly because he didn't want to scare it away. See those 4 words in there? Let's look at what each one is actually doing.
So first up, we've got as. This little word is brilliant. It's telling us that 2 things are happening at the exact same time. The cat is creeping up the tree as, or while, the bird is pecking the apple. It links those 2 actions together in time, creating this one simultaneous scene for us, the reader.
Next up, and. The bird pecked the juicy apple and ate it noisily. Now, and is a connector of equals. It tells us the bird is doing 2 things that are basically a pair. They have the same importance, the pecking and the eating. They go together.
Now let's move on and see how the story is building. The cat paused before he got to the bird. So unlike as, which showed things happening together, before creates a sequence, a clear timeline. First, the pause happened. Second, getting to the bird happened. See how that works?
And finally, we get to the really important one, because. He watched the bird quietly because he didn't want to scare it away. This word is so crucial. It gives us the reason, the motivation, the why behind the action. It's connecting a cause to an effect. So with just those 4 little words, we've gone from a few simple actions to a whole compelling story with timing, sequence, and motivation. Pretty cool, right?
So, as we just saw in that example, not all conjunctions do the same job. They actually fall into 2 main categories, and once you get the difference, you can use them with so much more precision.
And here they are. On one side, we have coordinating conjunctions. Think of these as joining equal partners. Remember when the bird pecked and ate. Both actions were equally important. But on the other side, we have subordinating conjunctions. These join an important idea to a less important one that's just there to add extra detail, like a reason or a time. He watched quietly because he didn't want to scare it. The watching is the main event. The why is the supporting detail.
So now that we know the 2 main types, let's stock up our writing toolbox with a few more examples that you can start using right away.
All right, here are your workhorse coordinating conjunctions. We've seen and, but then you have but or yet, which are fantastic for showing a contrast. He was tired, but he kept working. Then there's so, which shows a direct result. It was raining, so I grabbed an umbrella. They all connect ideas of equal weight.
And here's a taste of the subordinating conjunctions. We've already met because. If is super powerful for introducing a condition. If you study, you'll pass. While and after help you place things in time. And although is great for showing a concession. Although the car is old, it's really reliable. These are amazing for adding layers and complexity to your sentences.
So, let's bring this all together. Why does getting this one simple part of speech right matter so much?
Because this is the real magic of it. A conjunction isn't just some boring grammar rule. It's a storytelling tool. Choosing but instead of and, or although instead of because, that completely changes the meaning and the feel of your writing. It's what turns simple, flat facts into a narrative with logic, emotion, and flow.
So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you sit down to write anything, an email, a report, even just a text message, just pause for a second. Think about how you're connecting your ideas. Which little piece of linguistic superglue are you going to choose to make your message stronger, clearer, and way more compelling?